What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm gonna head out to Wes's shop and we're gonna figure out how I'm gonna mount all the air ride stuff. I don't know if we're gonna mount it today, but I kind of want to bounce some ideas off of him and see what we put together. Wes has been a buddy of mine for about 10 years now. He's done air ride stuff forever. He's built setups that were like show setups. So you pop the trunk, oh my God, that's cool. He's also done hidden setups before where you pop the trunk, you don't see anything, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So today, the game plan is gonna be figure out where the tank, compressor, and manifold are gonna go in here. But Wes just shot me a text, said he's heading out to his shop right now. I'm gonna head out there and meet up with him. This is a new mod to the car. I've heard you haven't owned a W124 unless you've lost at least one corner light. Lost my first corner light last week, so I'm officially a W124 owner, or I guess S124 owner. And I have new ones on the way, but until then, that thing's probably just gonna pop out a bunch. Lost the other clear the other day, so now I have a clear on the driver's side and an amber one on the passenger side. Gold. What's that?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Not much. All right, so tank, compressor, manifold. The spare tire wheel is huge. Fits down there, and then manifold somewhere up here, and the compressor over there. It bulges up like this high, so it's pretty decent. And then this is the mounting point where the spare tire goes. So that holds the spare tire in right there. So that's a point I can use to like mount stuff to, and then there isn't a lot of other options, honestly, for like bolting shit in.
Well, the thing with the manifold, if we can get it here and fire down, it'd be a lot easier for running our airlines and stuff instead of running them in here, so you still have this cargo space.
Oh yeah. No, I wanted to keep it all in here and all in close so we could still use all that.
Yeah, if we can build something off of this and this, and mount the compressor and stuff in there too.
But I figured having the compressor and the manifold up here would be better for, like, if something goes wrong, I can actually address them instead of, and then the tank, all I really have to do is drain the tank every once in a while.
What's over here?
Not much. This is like not a lot of space or anything.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to brainstorm where I could use like a piece of wood, going down, and then 2x4s coming out from it, and then bolt this to the wood coming out, and then, but I don't know what I would do up here with this stuff. And then up here, I don't know if you can see it, but up there, there's a hole. I don't know if there's supposed to be a grommet there, but there's a hole there, like in the chassis. And then on the other side, there's a hole as well. It might be big enough to run all four through that one hole.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 1/4 inch?
Yeah, 1/4 inch lines.
Or even put the tank up high, since it's the lightest out of everything. The management weighs more than the tank does.
That's true.
You can even build something off of this, just some flat bar off of that, and you can actually even bolt it to that and then bolt the tank up here. This area down here, see, you've got this lip here that we can come across here and mount the compressor, because you don't want to mount anything to, like the compressor to the body here, or you're gonna feel that through the whole car.
That, and I really like what we did with the all-road, where we didn't cut or drill anything. Ideally, that's what I want to do here.
Yeah. I mean, because that's the only thing that we've got that takes up the most space is the tank right here. And if we can get the tank right here and the cover goes on it, the rest of it's golden. A lot of people think that they've got to have, 4 or 5 gallons of air.
This is, I think it's a 3, maybe 3.5.
2.5.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
2.5. A lot of people think that they've got to have a whole lot of air, but I mean, if you're not playing with it at red lights, you're just, and all you're doing is equalizing the pressure. I mean, your compressor may run a little bit longer when you air up in the morning, stuff like that, but if you're not playing with it, you don't need 5-10 gallons of air.
Right.
So we just cut this so that it'll lengthwise fit in there. One side of it could fit on this lip that you have in here,
Right.
And then we could build a foot for the other side.
So kind of rest over there, and then it'll wedge, and then give it a leg or two over here. Okay. Okay.
So,
and then we use this up here to mount the tank.
You know, with your tank there, it's still high enough that the compressor, and you can even change the feet on the compressor to where it lays on its side.
Oh yeah. You bagged a lot more cars than I have, so I appreciate the advice. I think what we're gonna do is his suggestion, which makes sense to me after thinking about it. Tank will go up here. Tank will be accessible, and the tank will be easily taken off if I need to get anything else. I'll try to make it so I can take it off really super easy and get to this stuff if I need to. I've never had a compressor die on me. That doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. Manifolds, I've never really had one fail where I couldn't drive the car, but it'd be nice to get to it in case I need to. I think that's gonna be the game plan. All right, for the controller, something I was interested in trying, but I don't know if it'll work. Like that almost fits perfectly. I would love to get it if I could mount it just like that. That way I could, and then, you know, you can pop these out and turn them. Rotate it. So if I could do that, so that way when it's just cruising down the road, whatever, and then when I go to park it, I can just boom, and it's hidden.
I like that.
I don't know how I'm gonna do. I've never done anything like that, but I would like to try. Yeah, that's the idea. I don't know if I'll do that right away. That might be something I do later, like maybe find another one of these to ruin, so I don't ruin the original one. But
do you think you can find another one of those? Have you had this out?
No, I haven't.
What's this?
There there you go.
There we go. 2 screws.
Right there and there. So I can pop that out, and then I can just get it to do that.
I would say pull the whole thing out and then make a whole new face.
Wait, I'd have to cut this out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to like cut it all the way over here and over, and then, I don't know, get an acrylic something to get it to work. But I think, like, it looks like it'll work. I'm sure if I can get it to fit in there, it would be fucking awesome to have it like that and then hide away. All right, well, I'm gonna see if I can find another one of these on eBay, these pieces right here, and then hopefully modify it so I can get this thing in there. That would be a trick right there. All right, Wes, thank you very much for the advice and trying to help figure that out.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go tear this apart in the garage and see if I can at least get some stuff mounted today. Maybe do the wiring tomorrow or something like that. So
let me know if you need help.
Thanks again.
Later, man.
See you later.
Be careful.
All right, huge shout out to Wes. He let me come out to the shop and sit there for like a couple hours while we went over things. I'm gonna try to get those mounted today and then maybe work on wiring tomorrow. All right, I'm almost home. I looked down at the odometer and I just missed 195,000. Just missed it. Well, another day, another K, 195,000 on this old girl. She's finally gonna get some new suspension after 31 years. I'm pretty sure this is all original stuff. So 195,000, 31 years later, finally gonna get a little refresh in the suspension department. Just got home. On the way home, I did pick up a couple pieces of wood. Just a couple scrap pieces, that should be more than enough. So what we have over here is we have this ledge right here that goes all the way from front to back. It's nice and flat. So I'm gonna try to cut this board out so I have a nice flat side, and then I'll have the other side just hanging out over here, and then I have these to make feet out of to screw in the board. So the feet will go down here and kind of go there and there. I thought about using this for the board down here, so the board comes straight over here, and then maybe a board up here to screw there. I might do that instead of the feet, or I might do that in addition to the feet. I don't know for sure. I want to keep chipping away at it. I don't have a lot of parts here right now, so this is all I'm really working with, but I want to get this done. That way when the other parts do come in, I can just jump right into those. But right now, I'm going to go eat dinner, and I'll come back out here a little later. All right, guys, I was going to come back out here last night, but I went inside, opened my fridge, and it's one of those things where you look in your fridge and you don't see anything that you want to eat. So I had to go to the grocery store, come home, cook, eat, did a little bit of yard work, and after I did all that stuff, I was like, I don't really want to work on the car tonight. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I did. Last night, I got hit up by a guy I follow on Instagram. His name is France. he has a bagged S124, and he just reached out to me and basically said, if you need anything, have any questions, let me know. And I was like, all right, yeah. What shocks are you running? Because I asked that from every one of those S124 guys. It seems like everybody's running different shocks and everybody has a different opinion. And he's running different shocks from anything I've ever heard before. They're for 80s to 90s Nissan Pathfinder. He says they work really well and they make the car go really low when you air it out and all that stuff. And on top of that, he sent me pictures of his air ride setup in the trunk, where exact same place I'm going to do it, and he gave me some new ideas of how I can mount stuff. I'll throw up a picture right here of what his setup looks like, what he sent me. But as you can see in the picture, it has a board that goes like this way, mounted the tank to it, and then lower, he has a board down here that he mounted his manifold and compressors to. So I really like that idea because it kind of combines both my idea of how I wanted to mount stuff and Wes's idea of where I should mount stuff. And again, shout out to Franz. I didn't message him. Nothing. I haven't even seen a post from him on my feed in a while. And he just reached out to me and said, hey, if you need anything, any information, here you go. Social media can be pretty freaking awesome sometimes, especially when it comes to the car community. Like, I've had people just reach out and just give me advice on stuff. And even if it's like the shock thing, like even if I don't go with the shocks that he suggested, at least I know that's an option. I didn't even know people could use those before. So again, shout out to Franz for the information and showing me his setup. It's really helpful, and it changed my whole idea of what I should run for shocks and how I should mount the tank. So thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and cut some of the board up and see if we can mount some stuff. But I'm probably going to cut it up so this one goes up against there. And then I drill a hole and it'll mount to the spare tire deal. You can take the tank and mount it to the board like that. And then take another board, put it down there flat. Use this sill. My idea is to use this sill to hold up one side, and then little feet on the other, combined with an L bracket that combines the board that goes up this way to the board that comes this way. I'll probably do like 2 or 3 L brackets right there, there. I like this idea a lot because I could probably pull the entire air ride setup out by just doing the one bolt and disconnecting some wires and some air lines. That's the game plan. I'm gonna start cutting some board up, kind of putting it where I think it should go, drill some holes, mount the tank, and then go from there. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna start with the board on the bottom and then put the one on the side. So let's see what we got. 20? How wide is it? 20 by 10 1/4. Figured out I'm gonna cut the board to 20 by 10 and kind of put it down there and feel it out, see if I need to cut any more off of it. But we're gonna start with 20 by 10 and go from there. All right, we have a board. Let's see if it fits. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that is almost perfect. I need to do a little trimming. So obviously the car gets a little more narrow in the back, and it looks like I need to trim a little bit on this side to kind of go with the contour of the back of the wagon here for it to fit the way I want it to. Start with something like that. Perfect. Look at that. It goes right along that edge like I wanted it to. And it's cut out almost perfect over there. So we're good. All right, that board fits pretty dang well in there, but now I need to go get another board to do the up and down board I was going to do, along with, while I'm out, I'll probably get some L brackets, a bolt to replace the spare tire bolt thing, some paint, and some other odds and end nuts and bolt stuff for mounting everything. So I'm going to go get that stuff, and I will be back in a couple seconds. All right, we are back. I got a bunch of nuts and bolts, L brackets, things like that, and some paint. So when I'm done, it can look like it might belong there. I don't know. So with the bottom board right about there, I think that's where I want it. Top board's gonna sit there. Right about here is where that hole is for, or the threaded hole for keeping the spare tire on. And I got a bolt for that, so I just need to figure out where I need to drill a hole in this one. And then I can bolt that in and then figure out where I need to put the L brackets that are gonna go here and here to hold these two boards together. But this is looking good. This is looking really good. And what's nice is this is like got like a felt padded thing around it, so that should help with some vibration. On top of that, Wes had some of this extra dyno mat material, so I'm going to use this wherever the board touches the car, just to lower the chances of vibration or me feeling vibration through the car when the compressor kicks on. All right, this is what I was talking about right here. I just cleaned all this up right here and then put the dyno mat down. So now I can take the board. The board's gonna fit really nicely on this little ledge right here. I can go get the L brackets and kind of mark where they're gonna go. All right, we got the boards marked. Take them out, put them together. Boom. Now hopefully this thing should just drop right in and I can put the bolt in and it'll fit perfect. That's the whole idea, but we'll see what happens. Yo, that fits really freaking nice. That fits really nice. Look at that, it fits right along that edge like I wanted it to. It's bolted in right there, and now I can start figuring out where this stuff's gonna go. Zoe, what are you doing? Huh? What you doing? All right, what I gotta do now is figure out where the tank's gonna go on that board and where it's also gonna fit underneath of that cover right there. Right about, should we go there? I think right about there is probably good. And now, oh no, that's not gonna fit. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like the tank's gonna fit like that anyway. It looks like it's sticking out about an inch too far or so, and that's kind of almost exactly how far the feet stick out from the tank. So if I can figure out, I can probably still use this tank, I just gotta figure out a different way to mount it to that board. All right guys, I got everything mounted on the board, and this is what I came up with. This is what we're looking at right here. I'll put it up for you guys so you can see. Right there. All right. So this is how it's gonna sit in the car, tank on the bottom, manifold right there, and the lines will come out on the bottom here and go behind the tank, and then out that way. And then the compressor right here. Let's see how it fits in the actual car though. All right, it is in. Check this out. That fits really freaking nicely. Let's put the cover on, make sure that fits. Boom. That fits exactly how it's supposed to. Everything lines up. You would have no idea that there was air ride stuff in here. Now what I'm going to do is put power to the compressor and see what all vibrates and see if I can put some dampening stuff down. This is looking pretty good. Like I said, the lines come out of the bottom of the manifold here. The ones that are going to the bags will just go behind the tank. I have enough room for that. And then they'll probably go under the tank and out that way through that one hole. And then the compressor, it's got its leader line right here. I got a 90-degree fitting, and all I got to do is put it in, and then right there, boom, we are good. And then over here, the line that goes from the manifold to the tank just has to go from, I think it's this second from the right fitting. You just got to wrap around here and go right there. So it's really easy, nice short line right there. It's going to be nice and tidy. The only thing that's shitty about having the tank at the bottom is the one bolt that's holding all this stuff in is kind of harder to get to. Thank God I have a ratchet wrench. If I had to do it with a regular wrench, this would suck a lot more. But I have a ratchet wrench. I'll probably take this with me everywhere I go, just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and put power to compressor now to see what all vibrates when it kicks on. And to do that, instead of having to run all the lines and everything, I'm just going to use this. All I got to do is hook up the red to red, black to black, and I'm not doing this permanently. This is just to see where it vibrates and stuff, and I'll kick it back off. But this works really well if you're in a pinch and you need to either find out if your compressor's dead or not, or if you need to run the compressor and the wire, there's something wrong with the wiring and it won't go. So here we go. Red to red, black to black. All I should have to do is kick it on and it should start it. It's not really vibrating. I thought it was gonna shake some stuff, but it's not really vibrating at all. It's just kind of working. That's kind of nice. Kick that off. Now I bought these little rubber feet things, and I'm probably gonna put these on the bottom of this board right here, because even though I have that sound deadening down there, there's still like just a little bit of a gap, and I don't want that board to just like rattle around. Like when I go over bumps, I don't want it to just hit and just make noise. So I'm gonna put just 2 or 3 feet on the bottom of it, and that should be pretty good. So when I put it back in the car for final assembly, I'll put these on. I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out, take everything off the board. The board's really, it's rough cut right now. So I'm gonna maybe curve out the edges, sand it down a little bit, give it some paint so it doesn't look like there's just a wooden board back here. And then put everything back together, and then hopefully I can kick this thing on and we can see tank build pressure and all that stuff. Also, I was gonna reseal all of the fittings on the tank, so when I take everything off to sand and paint the board, I'll go ahead and reseal the tank, all 4 fittings here and then the one on the bottom. Hopefully by the end of the day, I can kick this thing on with the key, the manifold comes on, the controller comes on, the compressor starts building pressure, and then I'm gonna leave it for the weekend while I go to Atlanta and see how much the tank pressure drops. No matter what, you're probably going to lose a few PSI here and there. Now, I did have a Jetta back in the day, and that thing was amazing. I have no idea how that thing had no air leaks at all. I could leave that thing sitting for 3 days, and I would have started at 150 PSI, and it would be like 148 PSI after 3 days. I'm hoping to do the same thing here, but you know, sometimes you can't find all the leaks. But I'm going to try to prevent any leaks from happening. Take everything off the board, sand it, paint it, put it back in the car, and run wires. So that's where we're at. She is sanded down. I'm not going to get any splinters from doing this, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and give her a few coats of paint. And while I wait for the paint to dry between coats, I'm going to do fittings on that thing. It looks pretty good. It really does. Check that out. I painted the board matte black and it gives it like a nice background. It like presents everything really nicely. So I want to pop it in the car, see how it looks in there. Actually no, this will be the install right here. Actually, I'm going to put the little feet things, the rubber feet deals on the bottom of this. And then the final install of this, and then run the wires. That's in there really solid. That's nice. All this is good. We're gonna do one last sound test or vibration test. Now it's all in there. It actually, like, I put those feet on the bottom. I think I put about 5 of them on the bottom, and I also put them on the back, like right around where the bolt goes through. So that might help a little bit as well. But this is nice. Like, it's in there pretty solid. It's in there with just the one bolt, but that thing's really tight. And it's got the bracing to hold the spare tire, which is, I think, heavier than this whole thing. So we're good. All right, well, I just looked down at my phone and saw what time it was and realized I still have to go get the cameras, pack, do laundry before I pack, and drop my dog off. So I can't do all the wiring tonight. So I'm just going to do the quick and dirty way, which is kind of a rat's nest right now. It's not that big a deal. I just wanted to hook everything up. I just basically didn't run the lines. Like, that's the power line right there going to the front. Well, it just goes out the passenger window and then under the hood. I'll run it nicely later, but I was starting to take the interior apart, and I was like, what time is it? I don't have time to do all this, like hide the wires and put everything back together. I was like, I'll do this when I get home. And I wanted to finish this video so I could edit it hopefully tomorrow on the plane and then have it posted hopefully for you guys Saturday. Don't hold me to that. If it's like not till Monday, I apologize, but I will try to get the video out soon. It looks like kind of a rat's nest. I know what I'm looking at, so it's not that big a deal. Importantly, we have the controller right here. The compressor's hooked up. Power's hooked up. I'm just going to start the car and then plug in a trigger wire, and then we can build pressure in the tank. I can make sure this is all working great. Have it build up pressure to like 150, because that's normally what I keep my tanks at. Leave it for the weekend and see if I have any leaks or see how well it holds pressure. By the way, some of you guys might be looking at that sticker. That is my new Fred White and Blue stickers. They are not for sale yet. I still have to set up like an online store, but they will be for sale soon. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably have something posted like in the next week or two. But I just picked those stickers up like a couple days ago. What do you guys think? Fred White and Blue sticker? Huh? Also, you know I had to do it here. By the way, this is where you're supposed to put it. If you put one on your car, back window, passenger side, like that. You can put it wherever you want, but I'm going to say that's where I'm going to put on all my cars. So let's turn the car on. Get the compressor going. Hey, hell yeah. All right, we're gonna build some pressure in there. It's trying to check for pressures, and there's nothing there. The only line we have hooked up right now is the one from the manifold to the tank. Kicked off at 150, just like it's supposed to. We'll give it, I'll check the pressure tomorrow, but right now it's at 150. I resealed the tank, so there shouldn't be any leaks. If there is, it should be very minor. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm now getting really excited to make videos because I'm actually doing something to this damn car, and I've wanted to do it since I bought it. So I'm getting really excited. The videos are gonna keep coming. I'm gonna try to put them out. Anything I do on the car, I'm gonna make a video of it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you get a notification every time I post a new video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later.